Guys, welcome back to another episode of Monday Mornings. Been a great week in the shop. Got a lot done. Only got 2 knives done, but I've got a third one almost done. And knocked out an order and a little Friday knife, which had some sweet burlap on it from Flying Shark. So that was super fun to cut into that. I've never used it. It was pretty good. So I'll be using more of that for sure. Lots of drama in the knife world this week. The close of Bark River Knives was, for me, a shock anyway. They were so popular with my friends when we were camping and stuff. Never had one, but interesting. And I don't have any comments about it, so how's that? I appreciate all you guys buying from us small-time makers. I'm just out here in my garage, doing my thing. So I would say that I did mix up steels once. I mixed up CPM 154 with CTS XHP. Boy, I wish I could get some more of that CTS, that Carpenter steel. That was so good. But anyway, and I didn't sell it because I didn't know which steel it was, even though they were both very good steels. So it's somewhere. I don't know where. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it. My 2 major thoughts are sad to see, of course, but my 2 major thoughts are what other companies are doing the same thing. I bet you there's more. And 2, making knives like Bark River did, I don't know is a sustainable business anymore. Gas here is $4.99 a gallon. I don't know if making knives like it's 1910 is sustainable. I think you have to bring in automation in the United States. I don't see how you do it otherwise. So, for me as an independent maker, I think that's the only way for me to be able to expand and eke out a living is to bring in automation. So, I'm looking at a CNC machine. I think I've decided I'm going to start with a high-end wood router so that I can get into making aluminum fixtures for things I need to do, as well as sheath making and handle making for fixed blades, because there's just no way I could make a fixed blade and sell at a price that I think is a good price on the market without that kind of stuff. So it's a huge learning curve for an old fart like me, but those are my thoughts on it. So, I think that there are a lot of makers out there like TJ Schwartz and Yanni over at Compliance Edge that have shown kind of the way to do that kind of stuff. And in my opinion, if you want to be a small-time maker and put food on the table, that's how you do it. So, even when you go into Great Eastern Cutlery, there is a very fancy CNC grinder in there. They still do a lot of processes by hand, of course. A lot of the skills and the techniques that they employ are from the 1800s, maybe even earlier. But they also have a mix of technology, and I think that's the only way you can survive. And as far as I know, Bark River never employed that. So anyway, those are my thoughts on it, and sad to see. But anyway, let's get into, so I got 2 knives out. No improvements this week in the shop. I was kind of heads down. Life's still busy for me. All the kids are in sports, and one's graduating high school, and it's just a busy time out here. And it's been super nice. Warm, but super nice. But we're heading out of the 100-degree range and into some 80s for a week or 2. So we'll get some stuff done. But that's what's going on around here. One other thing that I've been working on with is my friend Evan Nicolaitis. We're working on GKA plans. I know we should have had dates out there already. I know this. It's going to be in November, guys. I'm not going to say the exact date until we have this venue locked up, but Evan's working on a sick venue, and it is going to be a great time. And we're going to expand the number of makers we have there. hopefully we'll expand the number of attendees we'll have there. So Sarasota, Florida, November, you can't beat the weather. You just cannot beat it. No hurricanes. Well, I don't know if a hurricane's ever hit Florida in November, but I can almost guarantee no hurricanes anyway. So I'm really looking forward to that show. Still deciding what shows I'm doing this year. I don't know if I'm going to do any. I think I'm going to go to Atlanta just to attend and hang out with friends and have a good time. Because hey, I am a knife guy. I love knives. So hopefully I can pick up one or two in Atlanta too. Don't tell my wife. But that's what's going on this week or last week and this coming week. I'm recording this actually on Friday because I'm getting ready to go down to Tucson for some mountain biking. But I've got a couple orders, some heat treating, lots of bandsaw cutting and all that kind of stuff, nail nicking and long pull cutting. Not very mentally stimulating work, but hopefully we'll get out a knife or two and maybe a Friday knife if the stars align. So that's the plan for the week. I appreciate you guys watching along. We'll cut in some footage here of the shop and little process stuff. And I hope you guys have a great week. Take care. All right, guys, this is just some footage of me surface grinding a blade and spring. First, just touching off the head of the wheel and making sure it's flat and abrasives are exposed, and then grinding away the old-fashioned way with the old cranks. So just a little surface grinding. All right, this is some behind-the-scenes footage of me flattening a blade and spring prior to that surface grinding you just watched. Anytime you heat treat steel, it moves around, and when you're heat treating really thin pieces of steel, it will develop some sort of warp no matter what. Sometimes they come out real flat, and sometimes they just need a little persuasion. So I have a hammer here with a carbide tip, so it's harder than the steel itself. And by giving it some light taps, I can make that steel move around a little bit. So that's what I'm doing here, is just making sure everything's flat, holding it up to the light and tapping on it to listen to it to see if I can hear any rebound, that type of thing. So this sometimes takes 1 minute and sometimes it takes 10 minutes, but either way, we get her nice and flat because the surface grinder only takes off 2 to 3 tenths of 1/1000th of an inch at a time. So any sort of warping where the magnetic chuck can't grab that part and hold it down tight will affect the surface finish. So it's got to be really flat before it lays down on the magnetic chuck on the surface grinder. So there's definitely some prep involved there, and every single knife gets this treatment. So thanks for watching, guys.